Next project, and man, am I happy about this one. We got a Zenith 9S367, and it is in great condition. Guy I got it from said he hasn't turned it on in like 15 years or so. But he's had it, or he got it around 15 years ago. And wow, it's in great condition. I've been wanting this model for a long time. So it's missing some of the descriptions here of what these do, but there are replacements online that I can get. But it has this one. I believe this is a replica because this is plastic. And then the broadcast changer, really cool. So my 12S265 does the same thing. Damn, this thing's a beast. Got it off the marketplace for a pretty good price. Cabinet needs a little bit of work. Looks like a tiny bit of water damage, nothing too bad. But yeah, I'm excited to work on this one. Unfortunately, I will be selling this set. Just don't have the room for it. So if you're interested, let me know. I'm in Atlanta. I'll be posting this on my Instagram as well. Damn, this is in really good shape though. I think the only piece I see of veneer coming up is right there, and I think this is the original finish. Possibly. But overall, it looks excellent. Let's get it inside though, because it's like 100 degrees out here. All right, so I took off the front bezel, just took a few screws to get it off the cabinet. Glass plate still attached to it. It's a nice little feature. And all the little push pins. So the long ones came from over here. And then there's all the short ones are still attached over there. But there were shorter ones that went into here. So I'm gonna need to find out which ones are broken and get some replacements. I already found them online. I forget the website name, but I'll link them in the description. They create a bunch of reproduction parts that you cannot find anymore. And I've used them for a lot of my projects, so I need to give them some love. All right, so we got on off right here. That's on, that's off. So I figured out that so far. And then if you look here, the black dial, like the paint on it is sort of cracking. So here are the presets. I believe you can adjust them using these slugs right here. So yeah, so you would have presets. Really cool. Tune. I don't know what's going on with that dial string. And volume up and down. So I need a volume knob. I'm out of volume knob, but this website also has reproduction volume knobs. A little bag in the back showed what dial belt this takes. Number 194. And I actually have a ton of these in storage. So I might be able to go fish one out if I don't find it in the cabinet, or it might have just come loose on the chassis. And look, it also came with, looks like the original manual, installation and operating instructions. So I'll stop on a few of these pages if y'all want to read this. You can pause the video. Because I have not, I was looking online earlier and I haven't been able to, I've been able to find the schematic, but not anything else. 6 push buttons on the right hand side. So those are all the tone controls, so you have a bunch of different selections to get the exact tone that you want. I think that's really cool. I love that it has the green eye tube. Oh, whoops. I believe there was another page. No? Okay. Warranty. This is really cool. Original manual, how about that? This is a big radio. I was expecting it to probably be the size of my 12S265, but it is a lot wider. So I got a clamp right there, clamping back down the veneer that we saw up. I think that's the only veneer I saw coming up. Other than that, it's got a huge 12-inch speaker. I mean, this thing is just a beast. Oop. Almost missed a screw there. Keep everything together. All right, let's get the chassis out and take a look at it. So the guy said he plugged it in around 10 years ago. Hasn't plugged it in since. And I'm glad he didn't. This is just another one of those crumbly wires. So I'm tossing this, keeping the plug. Let's move on. All right. Got the chassis out of the cabinet. So yeah, everything looks all right. The dial string has come loose. It was a replacement, but they get very brittle, and it looked like it tightened up. It's like made out of like a woven fabric. So it does move the tuner. I haven't tested the eye tube to see if it's still good. But basically, I'm just gonna do my routine, go in, take out all the tubes, clean the sockets, clean the tubes, make the top look presentable. There was a screw missing on the other side there. So I had an extra, I put it in there, so now this is stable from wobbling. I love these gold tube shields, it just looks great. All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna clean the tubes and get back to you. It's a very clean chassis. Actually, let's go ahead and look under. So I had never seen this before. So there's a little plug in the back here that you basically plug in what the input voltage is gonna be. So I believe right now it's at 110. It's got 125. 150, 200, 220, up to 250. That's cool. And basically, yeah, the power cable comes in through there. So it does look like a lot of original Zenith capacitors, but it does look like there have been some replacements. That yellow one, the blue one, that blue one down there. But all the orange ones are Zenith. Another one right there. So, and then the electrolytic capacitors up there and right there, that those have to be replaced. Oh, and it has one of these big resistor strips. I'm gonna have to test that. Those like to short to the chassis. But yeah. Oh, this was the string I was talking about for the dial string. It's like a woven fabric. I'm not sure if they used these originally on these radios or if it was something else, but I know they had replacement ones that look the same. I need to order a new modern dial string. I'll link his website in the description because it's really helpful. Ooh, this is gonna be a pain in the ass to get out to replace it though. All right, well, I'm gonna clean the tubes, clean the controls, and then I'll start on a recap, but I'll probably film again before I start recapping. All right, testing the eye tube. Looking pretty good. Looks pretty strong. It looks a little bit brighter on the camera. I have a bunch of spares that I can use, but oh, I don't know why it's showing up way down there. I mean, the green looks good. So yeah, that's it. All right, so I have almost all of the wax capacitors replaced, and I took out this Zenith electrolytic. It's a 10 microfarad and 5 microfarad. Took out the electrolytic and I restuffed it with some new ones, which I've never done before, but this one came out really easily out of the can and cut myself in the process. That's all right. So I'm gonna put that back in there, hook it back to the chassis, and go from there. All right, so I wiped over the whole cabinet with some Restora finish, and I don't think I'm gonna strip it. You can still see some mistakes there, but that's okay. I think it's looking pretty good. I don't think I need to strip it and go through that whole process. I think it's still looking gorgeous. And yeah, cabinet looks good. I might put, I don't know if you do coats of it, but might see if there are any marks still in a little bit. And I put new furniture sliders on the bottom because there was only one. So I've got 4 new little feet down there. And you can still see there's some dust on these little edges. But yeah, I'm still working on the chassis. The chassis right here. So we got the electrolytics left and a few more capacitors. I'm still waiting on the new dial string, but we don't need that for a power up. New cloth power cable, and I got new push buttons on the way. So yeah, it's coming along. This is gonna be one gorgeous setup once we all got it going. All right, replaced all the capacitors, all the waxy caps. I'm still not sure what this is. I don't know if it's an inductor, but I'm gonna leave it for now. Lubricated the tuning wheel, so now we can really get some good spin going. Still waiting on the dial cable for it, but it is very free, which is nice. I got some new chassis mounts for the cabinet. I might need to cut them in half. They're a bit thick. Once I put it back into the cabinet, I'll see if they need to be slimmed down. I just don't want to cut them prematurely. Okay, I'd say we're good for a power up. That was quick. All right, we're gonna go for a power up. I took the speaker out, and God, this thing is a beast. I mean, look how clean that is, almost 100 years old. I always hate how fragile these speakers are. Oh, it just makes me so nervous. So this is all the tone controls right here. So that really shouldn't matter where those are at. So this is on, off. All right, no presets. We're just gonna reach in here and change it if we need to. All right. All right, always double check your solders, because I put a capacitor in there, but I forgot to solder it in, so it was just sort of sitting there. So hopefully that was the issue. Let's try this again. I can hear it. Like, I hear the station. Hold on, let me see if it's the phono. No, it's not on phono. See that resistor just sizzling? It starts sizzling when the speaker cuts out. Look at it. Alright, usually I don't like problems, but I think it makes the video more interesting. So, I stopped the recording earlier, but I kept tinkering around, and I can hear the radio coming from the tuner. Like, I hear the station tuning in, but it's not going to the output stage of the radio. So I think there might be something wrong with the amp tube or the output stage in general. I'm gonna have to poke around. I'm gonna test all of the tubes. Should have done that before, but I'm gonna test all the tubes, and then I might inject a signal and just sort of trace it back and see if I can find where it's losing the connection. Okay, the problems, Jesus Christ. The problems that I hate are the problems that I don't know what I did to make it work. And that's what just happened. So apparently that capacitor right there, I'll circle it in the video, was, I guess, touching that yellow one. Oh, see, it cut out. It cut out. Why did it cut out? Alright, I'm getting it on video before it cuts out. Alright, I replaced the output tube. 6F6 output. Let's see if it cuts out.
Meatball. That's right. Hey, pretty good, right? Taking your Prevagen today? I did. Oh,
don't cut out. Please don't cut out.
Prevagen. We're listening to the Bickersons. These are great. I love the Bickersons. There's not a lot of these.
Man, that sound is perfect.
A dozen shows. I love listening to Bickersons. Even the ones without Don Amici. And Don Amici,
my God, that sound is fucking amazing.
Great as John Bickerson, but Lou Parker does a great job. Did you know Mike reunited to star?
Is that what it was? The output tube?
Good morning, madam. I'm from Eagle Appliances.
I'm sorry, you're 20 minutes late. Not the dentist.
Well, you see, I only take a few minutes of your time.
I'm late. I'm getting my bridge. I'm sorry, not now. I've got to get to my dentist.
What good are teeth? Hey, listen, Mom. Oh, no, you don't think so. I got more money. And if I didn't have any, I wouldn't lend it to you. I know that. I know it.
Okay, wow.
Sell a vacuum cleaner.
So it was the output tube and a capacitor that was grounding itself.
Yeah.
How about that? So yeah, the 6F6 was bad. Wow. I took the... Let me turn it down. I took a working 6F6 from my Philco radio over there, and I just plugged it in. I didn't think it was going to work, or it didn't cut out like that.
This is the Argyle pawn shop. I think I've got the man you've been looking for, the cat burglar.
Wow, what are the odds they'd be playing this? This late at night, this time period. This is great.
It was a wonderful anniversary. Too bad John couldn't make it.
I get it.
And wow, it can get very loud. That's great.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it. He probably got tied up with some tough customer.
Probably. Good night, Doctor.
Well, I guess I need a new 6F6 for my Philco over there. But this is top priority. Alright, we really splurged out here on this radio here. So I got all new of the longer push buttons that go on this side, that go to those. And I also got this little slider. So if you see here, these slider mechanisms right here go in and out for the tone control, but one of them is broken off. Thankfully, Renovated Radios, that's in this. I don't want to show his address, so yeah, here it is. So I got the long push buttons. I'm also got another project in the mix that you'll see directly after this video. The cabinet is right here next to me, but I don't want to spoil the surprise. So I got the short push buttons, the longer ones, and then all of the original push buttons and all the bolts and nuts to it. Okay, so here's what I got to do. So a lot of these have chipped off, and you can see on this one, it's gone because I took it off, but the only way to get these off, unfortunately, they are super glued in there. So instead of pulling on it, because I don't want to break anything, I have to, manually crack them off, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Ooh, this turns very nice. Okay, this is where things get a little complicated. So I took out the one that was broken, but the thing is, this new basically the original, these thick points right there, they can't fit through the holes in the front. So I have to figure out either how to take this back off. I think I just answered my own question. I got to figure out how to take the back off to put it in, because there's no other way to do it, unfortunately. So I got it in there, but in the process of taking off the old knobs, another one broke off. So I went ahead and ordered replacements for the rest of them, just to make it all normal. And I'm not going to break these off. I'm going to keep them in case I come along another cabinet, another radio this model, and just use them for that. But I just want this to be really perfect, and I just want to have these set in stone so they don't break, just with a more modern plastic rather than this material. So that's where we're at right now. So those are going to come in the mail. He's usually pretty fast at shipping them, so I should see it probably by Monday. All right, I got them, all the new ones in there. They came in. I'm going to quickly put this back together because these are very delicate and I don't want to make any mistakes breaking it. Okay, perfect. They are all in, and it's perfect. Oh, that's nerve-wracking. These are very delicate. Here are the old ones, so you can see they look slightly... Oh wait, no, that's not one of them. Let's see. All right, so these two. So these two, you can see they're slightly different. The little notch is closer to the short end, and that notch is closer to the long end. And there's two of them in here that have the little metal piece to the shorter end. I don't know why they designed it like that, but that's why they're white. So that's to differentiate which ones you're supposed to put in. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep these. A few of them broke off, but this was already a replacement, but I'm going to keep these for future projects if I ever need it. Okay, I got the new little pull push actions reinstalled. I'm excited. Let's get this back in the radio. I'm gonna let these dry a little bit more. One problem is that I didn't really address in the video. I haven't been able to get the automatic tuning to work. So when I go over this way, that switches to the automatic tuning, which isn't working right now. I can get a little scratchiness from the speaker, but doing anything with these slugs isn't working. But I think I'm just gonna leave it for now, and I might learn something more about it in the future. I'm gonna be moving soon and wanted it back in the cabinet, just working how I want it to be working. You know, I'm not gonna be using the automatic tuning. I like using the automatic dial. It is finished. Put back in the cabinet. Look at this. Totally gorgeous. So this is probably my last video before we move. So I guess this is the last time you'll be seeing this tiny workshop in a video. But let's get it turned on now that it's back in the cabinet. I haven't turned it back on yet since I put it back in. On.
Attention, your money is now controlled by the U.S. government.
Picture a world where your every purchase is monitored, tracked, and controlled by those in power to suppress the freedoms of those they see fit. Nice. At a hill called Calvary. It's the view right now.
음료 또는 동물성 식품을 설치할 때 알레르기 반응이 나타나게 되는 것입니다. 돼지고기와 소고기, 양고기, 우유를 비롯해 일부 의약품과 화장품 등에 대해서도 알레르기 증상을 호소할 수 있습니다.
I love your show. I can't wait to see your chest. Whenever you post that up. But I wanted to tell you about one thing. It's a good thing that you're telling it.
From past
Let's see what else we got.
will further repress the church.
This ministry is brought to you by Unlimited Grace Media and continues to be made possible with your generous financial support.
Be sure to listen for In Touch with Dr. Charles Stanley. Weekday mornings at 7:30, afternoons at 4.
Gorgeous.
South Kia incoming is your hometown.
He does this all the time. And what Donald Trump thinks in the moment is precisely what Donald Trump thinks in the moment. This is the thing people love about him. So, Trump is fully authentic. The thing he thinks right now is exactly the thing he thinks. 5 seconds later, it may change. But in the moment, he may actually believe that he won the election, and so it's
This is it.
impossible to say he lost the election, and therefore he's trying to fraudulently find votes. You can't do that because he may very well have thought he won the election, the votes existed, and he was just encouraging people. Like, I know it's there.
So this is it for now, everybody. This is the end of the workshop here. We've had every video take place here. It's kind of sad to be leaving it, but you know, now I'm giving you a full video of, you know, where I've worked for the past, you know, couple years that you've watched my videos. I really appreciate it. So this was going to be another video, but I don't think I'll be able to get it out. My Pilot TV37, and I got another one up there in the original case for it, the original Traveler's case. Satchel Carlson right there, modern Sony Trinitron, RCA tabletop. But thank you all for sticking around to watch this. This is a gorgeous radio.
Clear that Hillary Clinton was not charged.
Perfect 1930s decor.
Would be the Sandy Willis case in Georgia, where again it's going to be
Very
hard
Art
to prove
Deco.
it's necessary to convict Trump of a crime unless they can actually show some sort of obstruction.